Paul Pogba could have been the greatest midfielder in the world, but all it took was one slip, and his career was over. But first, I've got to start from the beginning, because even as a kid, his life was full of controversy. Growing up, Pogba had it rough. His parents separated when he was 2, and from there on out, it was just Pogba, his mum Yeo Moriba, and his 2 brothers. From the early days of playing on the streets, people knew he was a talented kid, and when he was just 4 years old, he was already playing with people twice his age. His mum didn't want him to join a cult or be like bad kids staying around, so when she noticed little Paul's talent, she had him signed up to a local academy, US Royce Embry, and Pogba developed so quickly that by 13, he got signed to the youth team of a club in France, Le Havre. But Paul didn't stay for long at Le Havre because one day after coming home from training, his agent dropped the news that changed his life. Paul, you just got an offer from Manchester United. Pogba couldn't believe it. There was no way he was going to turn down the move. In the academy, Pogba linked with ballers like Jesse Lingard, and together they began cooking a storm in England's youth divisions. Pogba was still waiting for his chance to represent the first team, and in 2012, the perfect opportunity came along. Some of United's first team midfielders were injured, and in a league game against Stoke City, Pogba came on to make his debut for the Red Devils. But just when everything looked to be going on the up, Pogba soon came face to face with the biggest decision of his young life. See, after making his debut, Pogba and his agents felt he should be playing more. But the United coach at the time, Sir Alex Ferguson, didn't feel like he was fully ready yet. So they began to argue about the whole thing. Pogba and his agent dropped a shocking decision. Pogba will join Juventus on a free transfer. The news surprised United fans, and pretty soon, Pogba became the most hated man in Manchester. But in his first season at Juventus, Pogba showed brief cameos on just how good he could potentially be, with awesome performances in midfield, and finished the season with 5 goals, winning the Serie A and the Coppa Italia. Over the next 2 seasons, Pogba grew from becoming a promising talent to one of the hottest midfielders in the world. His dribble compilations combined with his crazy skills and insane haircuts were blowing up YouTube. 2014 was an amazing year for Pogba. He won the Best Young Player at the World Cup in Brazil after impressive performances, and even entered the Serie A Team of the Year. In 2014-15, Pogba helped Juve make it all the way to the Champions League final, just falling short 3-1 to Barca. And by this time, Pogba was attracting interest from all the top clubs in the world. He still managed to stay at Juve for one more season, but by the end of 2015-2016, with a new man in charge, it was Pogba time. See, Manchester United had just appointed Jose Mourinho as their new coach, and Mourinho was completely in love with Pogba's game. After impressing again at the Euros with France, Jose and United splashed the cash to get Pogba back by making him become the most expensive player of all time, a world record transfer of 105 million euros in his first season at United, winning the League Cup and being voted man of the match in the Europa League final. In 2017-2018, Pogba took his fine form to the World Cup with stunning games, and even scoring in the final to help France win the World Cup. By 2018-2019, Pogba started like a house on fire, and his good form got him appointed as club captain. But midway through the season, one incident happened that shaped the rest of Pogba's career at United. After United lost to Stoke City in the League Cup, Jose ordered everyone to report to training the next day, but as soon as Pogba arrived, all hell broke loose. Turns out that Jose saw a post of Pogba laughing at the game where United lost. Pogba's teammate Andreas Pereira later explained that it was a misunderstanding, but by now, the damage was done. Pogba and Jose's relationship was over. United went on a poor run in the months that followed, and by December, after losing 3-1 to Liverpool, Jose was gone. Former United legend Ole Gunnar Solskjaer took the wheel, and in his first games at United, Pogba and his teammates looked back to their old selves. But you see guys, behind the scenes, Pogba had something that was holding him back: injuries. Towards the end of the season, Pogba suffered an injury to his ankle, and everyone was expecting a normal recovery, but Pogba's career just went downhill. In 2019-2020, Pogba only managed to play 16 league games because the ankle injuries just kept coming back. And combined with him getting COVID, it just wasn't working out. In 2020-2021, even though United had a good season by finishing second in the league, Pogba was still inconsistent. And at this point, the fans had seen enough. See, Pogba came out to shoot himself in the face after his stunning statements in an exclusive interview. Of course, every footballer would love to play for Real Madrid and would dream of that. It's a dream of mine, so why not one day? But there was only one problem. Pogba was still playing for United at the time, one of the biggest clubs in the world. After Pogba made this statement, the United fans felt betrayed, and as a result, they started turning on Pogba. And even though he found some form action at the start of the 2021-2022 season with 4 assists on the opening day, the United fans now hated Pogba. His injuries were becoming way too much, poor form, disappointing performances, and with his statement on moving to Madrid, they just wanted Pogba to leave. And to cap it all off, Pogba played his last match for United in the 4-0 defeat to Liverpool at Anfield, where he got subbed off at half-time. Pogba's time at United was done and the reunion was over. The United board decided that they won't be renewing his contract, and so at the end of the season, they allowed him to leave on a free transfer. Pogba was still in search of a club when he got a notification on his phone, and as he opened the text, he couldn't stop smiling because he knew he was going back home. Pogba returned to Juventus on a free transfer again. Now, he was looking to restart his career and get back into the game, but the injuries, they didn't let go, man. And Pogba didn't even make his Juve debut until February. And like a summary of his career, he finished the game with another injury that kept him out for the rest of the season. Pogba could have been the guy, man. After he sparked in his first stint at Juve, everyone, including me, legit thought he was going to dominate the game for years to come. But his attitude, injuries, and poor form ruined his career. And now these days, he can't even make the bench for Juve's second team because he's always out injured. Well, at least now he has enough time to watch all the videos on the channel. Yeah, this one, with the subscribe button down below.